You want to break up with me? The words echo, a sudden, brutal blow that rips through Souta's world, the phone a dead weight in his trembling hand. He can barely breathe, the world tilting on its axis as his girlfriend, Aina-chan, apologizes for the suddenness, her voice a distant, muffled sound through the receiver. This can't be real. Not now. Not like this. Then comes the crushing weight of her confession. She has fallen in love with someone else. Souta's plea, a desperate whisper, "I don't want this," is lost in the void. His heart shatters, pieces scattering to the wind. He can feel the tears welling, a hot sting behind his eyes. But he fights them, clinging to the last vestiges of dignity. Aina, still on the other end, apologizes again, a hollow echo, mentioning a movie they watched recently. A movie they watched together. The memory twists the knife. Souta's voice cracks, raw with a desperate urgency, as he demands to know who it is. He offers to change, to do anything, to be anyone, if only she'll stay. But the image of Shizuno Mizushima, her face a serene, almost predatory beauty, flashes in his mind, standing beside Aina. The pieces click into place with agonizing clarity. The screen shifts, a stark title page proclaiming the arrival of Shizuno Mizushima from Class 1A. She is the one. The beautiful, popular, undeniable force who stole his girlfriend, Aina. The thief of his happiness. The destroyer of his first love. Please move on, Aina tells him, her voice firm now, devoid of the earlier remorse. She's going on a date with Shizuno, she says, before the line goes dead. The silence that follows is deafening, heavier than any sound. Souta crumples, the phone clattering to the floor. His first girlfriend, his first love, stolen by a handsome and popular female model. The injustice burns, a searing wound in his chest. How could this happen? How could he lose everything so quickly, so brutally? Is there any wound more agonizing than a first heartbreak? Any betrayal more profound than losing the one you thought was yours? At Hankau Academy, the fluorescent lights of the hallway seem to mock his despair. His classmate and friend, Higuchi, approaches him, his expression a clumsy mix of sympathy and awkwardness. "Heard you got dumped, man. Rough stuff." The words are meant to console, but they only reinforce the humiliating reality. Higuchi, ever the blunt one, leans in, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "Did you, pressure her into doing something dirty?" Souta, already reeling, flinches. "No, absolutely not," he vehemently denies, his face flushing with a mix of anger and mortification. How could Higuchi even suggest such a thing? Their relationship was pure, innocent even, at least from his side. Souta reflects on Aina's background, her wealthy, traditional family. It explains why their relationship had been kept so private, why there had been no rumors swirling through the school halls. No one even knew they were dating, which now feels like a cruel irony, making his heartbreak a solitary burden. He recalls the beginning, a memory that now feels impossibly distant, tinged with a painful sweetness. It was during the cultural festival in his third year of junior high, just 4 months ago, when he and Aina-chan first met and started dating. For months. That's all it was. For months that felt like a lifetime. He remembers being the sole member of the film club, practically volunteered to write and manage a 15-minute romance film for his class. He was a quiet, unassuming guy, not the type to lead. But he did it. He poured his heart into it. And it was a huge success. Largely due to the popular cheerleading squad heroine who brought it to life, the film captivated everyone. People asked if he wrote the script, surprised that the shy, unknown Souta was behind such a touching story. But only Aina-chan, among all the chatter and praise, truly saw him. She was the only one who paid attention to his script, his story, telling him with genuine warmth, "I really liked it." That simple compliment, that moment of connection, had meant everything. They discovered a shared love for movies, often escaping to the theater alone, just the two of them, lost in cinematic worlds. Their bond deepened with each shared viewing, each hushed conversation in the dim light of the cinema. By winter break, their relationship had blossomed, quickly progressing from good friends to lovers. Both of them anticipated the next step, the quiet promise of a future together, a warmth that had chased away the winter chill. A future that now, in a single phone call, has been irrevocably snatched away. How does one pick up the pieces when their carefully constructed future suddenly collapses? Can the ghost of a first love ever truly be laid to rest? Souta laments, the words heavy with self-pity, that he'll never get another girlfriend and end up dying alone. Higuchi, bless his heart, tries to reassure him, but his words fall flat against the wall of Souta's despair. He feels like a cliché, a walking tragedy. Higuchi, ever practical, warns Souta not to run into his ex. The advice, though well-intentioned, feels like a taunt, a cruel reminder of his loss. Souta just wants to escape, to disappear. He heads to the bathroom, the need to be alone, to process this crushing misery, overwhelming him. As he exits the bathroom, the universe, it seems, has a twisted sense of humor. He is confronted by her, Shizuno Mizushima, the beautiful, popular model, the one who stole Aina. She stands there, serene and composed, and asks to speak with him. Souta's blood runs cold. He tries to brush past her, to escape this nightmare, but Shizuno stops him, her voice calm but firm. She's been waiting, she says, to talk about Aina-chan. Souta's anger flares. You stole her, he accuses, the words sharp, laced with venom. Shizuno, unfazed, leads Souta to a quiet spot, her movements graceful. Then, she challenges his assumption, her gaze steady. She didn't steal Aina by force, she states. It was Aina who confessed to her, and Aina's feelings for Souta were already fading. The words hit him like a physical blow, worse than any punch. Fading? Was it all a lie? Souta is shocked, truly blindsided. He believed their relationship was fine, that they were happy. Shizuno, seeing his disbelief, suggests he ask Aina himself. A cold, hard truth delivered with unnerving detachment. She reveals they became best friends in advanced classes a month after Shizuno transferred from another high school. A month. That means Aina might have lost interest long ago, while Souta was still blissfully unaware, still wearing his rose-tinted glasses. The realization is a bitter pill to swallow. Shizuno, ever the enigma, tells Souta she's popular, that she could have anyone, but she finds relationships a huge pain. She implies there's a specific, unspoken reason she accepted Aina's confession, a reason that hovers just out of Souta's grasp, unsettling him further. Then, the bombshell. Her eyes, suddenly intense, lock onto his. She asks if he's single now. Her next words send a jolt through him, a mixture of shock and utter confusion. She's been waiting for this moment, she declares, to finally make my move. What kind of twisted game is this? First, she steals his girlfriend, then she sets her sights on him? Is this a cruel joke, or something far more sinister? Will you go out with me? Shizuno asks, her voice unwavering, completely earnest. Souta is utterly shocked, his mind reeling, trying to make sense of the absurdity. Before he can even process the question, the school bell rings, its harsh clang cutting through the tension, ending their bizarre conversation. Souta is left in a daze, a whirlwind of confusion. Later, he sees Aina, her face serene, and a new layer of pain settles in his chest. Everything is upside down. Weeks pass, or perhaps mere days, a blur of confusion and raw emotion. Souta finds himself caught in a strange, unsettling new reality. Shizuno, the girl who stole his girlfriend, has not backed down from her shocking confession. In fact, she seems to be everywhere, a constant, beautiful, bewildering presence. One afternoon, as Souta navigates the chaotic school hallways, Shizuno is surrounded by a throng of fans, a dazzling star amidst a sea of admirers, all clamoring for pictures, for a moment of her time. Souta observes from a distance, an awkward, invisible bystander in the periphery of her celebrity. Should he intervene? Does he even have a right to? The thought feels ludicrous. He hesitates, but then, almost instinctively, he calls out to her. Shizu. The name feels foreign on his tongue. Shizu, amidst the chaos, is relieved, her face lighting up with genuine happiness that he came. She expresses gratitude, a rare moment of vulnerability, that he didn't leave her behind with the demanding fans. Our private time together takes priority over my fans, Shizu declares, her voice firm, dismissing the adoring crowd with a wave of her hand. Then, with a sudden, decisive move, she grabs his arm, pulling him close. Stay still for a second, she instructs, her proximity sending a jolt through Souta. To Souda's utter shock, Shizu takes a picture of herself, his arm clearly visible in the frame, and immediately posts it on social media. "Why did you do that on purpose?" he exclaims, his voice a mix of disbelief and panic. "This can't be good. This is a disaster." Sure enough, Shizu's fans react negatively, a storm of comments erupting online. "Run," Shizu urges, her earlier playfulness replaced by a genuine sense of urgency. They need to escape before they're completely surrounded. She pulls him along, rushing them into a new, upscale shopping area, a whirlwind of luxury and anonymity. Shizu glances at her phone, a triumphant smirk playing on her lips. The photo is already mini-viral. Souta expresses concern about her agency, about the repercussions, but she dismisses his worries with a casual wave. This, she implies, actually helps her image as a regular high school girl, making her more relatable. The sheer audacity of her strategy leaves Souta speechless. Then, another surprise. Shizu reveals she's taken a break from modeling for the entire month, just to spend time with Souta. "And now," she announces, her eyes sparkling, "we're going to a private fashion show just for you, Souta." He stares at her, dumbfounded. A private fashion show? For him? His life has truly become a bizarre, unpredictable drama. What kind of model sacrifices her career for a boy she barely knows? Is this genuine interest, or just another calculated move in Shizuno's elaborate game? Inside a high-end clothing store, surrounded by racks of designer garments, Shizu explains her unusual request. She wants Souta's opinion on outfits, clarifying that she doesn't want fashion advice, just his honest thoughts. His raw, unfiltered reaction. Then, she makes it explicitly clear, her gaze piercing. She wants to know his preferences as your girlfriend. The words hang in the air, a challenge, a claim. She dares him. Pick the best outfit from a few she'll try on. Souta, still reeling from the day's events, reluctantly agrees to the challenge. He reflects on his past, on the quiet, more conventional dates he shared with Aina-chan, wondering if she, too, secretly desired more fun, more exciting dates, but never voiced it. The curtain rustles, and Shizu emerges from the changing room. Souta's jaw drops. His eyes widen, his face flushing crimson. She's standing there, not in a dress, not in casual wear, but in a swimsuit. A revealing, stunning swimsuit. "A swimsuit," he exclaims, the sound strangled, disbelief and embarrassment warring in his voice. He's utterly flustered, red-faced, stammering, denying he likes the swimsuit, even as his eyes betray his internal turmoil. Shizu, enjoying his discomfort immensely, teases him about being flustered, about his clumsy attempts to compliment her figure impersonally. She sees right through him. His mind, in a desperate attempt to regain composure, conjures an image of Aina-chan, imagining her looking stunning in the same swimsuit. He tries to calm himself, to find some anchor in the storm of his emotions. But Shizu will have none of it. "Look at me properly," she demands, her voice sharp, cutting through his internal monologue. She confidently poses in the swimsuit, showcasing it from different angles, a professional model owning the moment, while Souta remains visibly flustered, his face a permanent shade of crimson. He can't tear his eyes away, and he can't look directly at her. It's torture. Shizu, seeing his discomfort, expresses a feigned disappointment. She feels like Souta is only interested in her body, she says, a hint of a pout on her lips. Then, with a playful grin, she declares the swimsuit was all a joke. She promises to wear something proper next. Souta, immensely relieved, enthusiastically agrees, his breath finally returning to his lungs. Is Shizuno truly playing a game? Or is there a hidden vulnerability beneath her confident facade? What does she really want from Souta? Shizu tries on several casual outfits, each one stylish and flattering. Souta, still mentally recovering from the swimsuit ordeal, gives brief, positive, but somewhat unenthusiastic feedback on each. He's trying, but his heart isn't in it, still reeling from the emotional whiplash of the day. Shizu, ever observant, points out his half-hearted responses. She asks if frilly stuff, ribbons, and cutesy outfits don't suit her cool, androgynous beauty type. She's testing him, probing his perceptions. But Souta, surprisingly, disagrees. He sees something else. She presses him. Does he think girly clothes would suit her, implying it's what everyone wants to see from a girl like her? Souta, for once, speaks from the heart, confirming it's not weird for her at all. She's a girl, and girly clothes would look good on her. It's a simple, honest statement. Shizu is pleasantly surprised, almost refreshed, by Souta's direct, unvarnished comment. She admits she's not used to hearing such things, not used to someone seeing beyond her carefully constructed image. Souta, meanwhile, is confused by her reaction, unaware of the small but significant impact his words have had. Shizu blushes, a faint flush across her cheeks, a quiet thought forming in her mind. She likes him. She likes Souta. She announces that the fashion show is finally coming to an end, with the next outfit being the final, deciding one. This is it, the grand finale. She instructs Souta to close his eyes, reminding him that he's the one who has to decide which outfit he likes best. The pressure is on. He closes his eyes, anticipation and a strange flutter of excitement building in his chest. From behind the curtain, Shizu emerges in a cute, off-the-shoulder top with delicate ribbons, a completely different look from her usual cool style. "What do you think?" she asks, her voice soft. Souta opens his eyes, and his breath catches. He's visibly flustered, a wave of warmth spreading through him. He accidentally thinks she looks cute, the word echoing in his mind, and then the stark realization hits him. This is the girl who stole my girlfriend. The irony, the absurdity, the sheer cuteness of her in this outfit, it all clashes. Shizu, sensing his internal struggle, reveals that she actually likes this style, this soft, feminine look, but she stopped wearing it after becoming a model, feeling she had to maintain a certain image. Souta, seeing her genuine happiness in the girly dress, declares it the best one, without thinking, the words spilling out before he can second-guess them. Then, in a moment of playful defiance, he jokes about buying the swimsuit instead. Shizu playfully clings to him, her body pressing against his, a quiet murmur escaping her lips. This feels kind of new. A genuine connection, perhaps, forming amidst the chaos. Is this a genuine connection, or just another one of Shizuno's elaborate performances? Can Souta truly trust a girl who admitted to acting? Shizuno, still clinging to Souta, tells him she'll rely on him today, a rare admission from someone who usually takes the lead. Souta thinks, at Tsundere? Is this her true nature, a tough exterior hiding a softer core? But Shizuno, as if reading his mind, denies it. This date, she insists, is just part of their contest, their bizarre, unspoken challenge. Then, she heads to the restroom, telling Souta to wait on the bench, leaving him alone with his swirling thoughts. In the restroom, Souta is distressed. He reminds himself, a mantra against the rising tide of confusion, that he loves Aina-chan. He will not be swayed by Shizuno, despite her charm, despite her unexpected vulnerability, despite the way she makes his heart race. He has to stay strong, stay loyal to the memory of his first love. After his self-imposed cool-down complete, Souta reflects. Shizuno really does seem to be genuinely enjoying the date. She took time off from modeling, a significant sacrifice, just for this challenge. He resolves, with renewed determination, to turn down her confession. He can't fall for this. Not now. Not when his heart is still broken. As he sits, a group of men suddenly surround Shizuno, trying to pick her up, their voices loud and intrusive. Souta observes, a familiar annoyance bubbling up. She's being harassed again, a constant fixture of her celebrity, it seems. Shizuno politely declines the men, her composure admirable, but one of them grabs her arm, his grip possessive. Souta watches her, noting that she's usually smoother, never afraid of men. This feels different. He considers just leaving, telling himself it's not his problem. He's not her boyfriend. He has no obligation. He internally debates intervening, the struggle a silent war within him. He's not her boyfriend, he reminds himself, and she seems unbothered, capable. But then, Shizuno looks at him, her eyes wide with a flicker of worry, a silent plea. "Ah, Souta," she whispers, her gaze locking onto his. Souta flinches, a soft, involuntary tch escaping his lips. He can't ignore her. He just can't. He rushes to Shizuno, a sudden, protective instinct overriding his earlier reservations. "Sorry, I was delayed." The restroom was crowded. He lies smoothly, his voice betraying no hint of his internal debate. He grabs her hand, his fingers intertwining with hers, and pulls her away. "Let's go," he says, his voice firm. Shizuno is surprised, but a faint blush rises on her cheeks as she agrees, allowing him to lead her away. Souta confronts the men, his tone laced with contempt. "Drunk idiots," he sneers, his grip on Shizuno's hand tightening. Then, with a sudden, bold declaration, he states, "I'm her boyfriend." Shizuno blushes deeper, her eyes wide with surprise, a silent question forming in their depths. They walk away, still holding hands, the warmth of her fingers in his estranged comfort. Shizuno thanks him, her voice softer, admitting she feels calmer. Souta internally reflects on his earlier freakout, his hesitation. He knows Shizuno is usually capable of handling such situations with ease. So why did she look at him like that? Why did she need his help? Is Souta truly a hero, or just a boy falling into a trap he can't escape? What does Shizuno's sudden vulnerability truly mean? Shizuno admits she's not good with drunk guys, a surprising confession from the usually fearless model. She praises Souta, calling him a hero. Souta, ever pragmatic, dismisses the hero label. He's just a normal guy, not some fictional savior. But Shizuno is intrigued. She asks Souta to explain his view on heroes and justice, offering an example of an elderly man on a train. Does one intervene? Souta explains that justice is ambiguous, a murky concept, and one shouldn't meddle unnecessarily. Not every situation calls for a grand gesture. He continues, explaining that acting only when asked, not based on one's own subjective sense of justice, is just meddling, not being a hero. Shizuno considers his words, then concludes that Souta is like a hero straight out of fiction, and that heroes are fine as long as they are fictional. A strange, almost wistful observation. Then, she turns the tables. If he's not a hero, and she didn't ask for help, why did he intervene earlier? Souta is flustered, caught off guard. He tries to backtrack, claiming he was merely explaining why he's not a hero. But Shizuno presses him, her gaze unwavering. Did he help her? She asks, because it was her? She pulls on Souta's arm, pressing him further, demanding an answer. Why did he help? Souta tries to pull away, denying it was for that reason, calling her so cold, a desperate attempt to deflect. He can feel his resolve, his carefully constructed walls, crumbling under her intense scrutiny. Shizuno reminds Souta, her voice a playful challenge, that he called her Shizuno, not Mizushima. And he declared, "I'm her boyfriend." Does that mean, she asks, they're on the same page now? Souta vehemently denies it, his face flushing anew. "Don't jump to conclusions," he retorts, desperately trying to regain control of the narrative and his own racing heart. Later, their date continues, a bizarre blend of tension and mundane activities. Shizuno shows Souta a piece of lingerie, asking his opinion, her audacity still staggering him. They look at accessories. She eats a snack, seemingly unfazed by the earlier drama or the lingering implications of their conversation. Leaving a building, Shizuno says the date was fun, but then, almost immediately, she retracts the statement, her expression shifting. It was just part of the contest, she claims, and tiring due to the constant presence of fans and drunk men. Souta's initial flicker of genuine connection dims. But then, another twist. Shizuno clarifies that she went all out planning this fashion show and everything, because she wanted Souta to enjoy it. He's surprised, a quiet warmth spreading through him. He thanks her, genuinely, and admits, it wasn't boring, at least. High praise for Souta. Shizuno laughs, a bright, unrestrained sound, and reveals she was just teasing him. Her earlier distress, her vulnerability with the drunk men, was all an act, a calculated ploy to reel him in. Souta is utterly shocked, feeling like a fool. He can't believe he fell for it, again. She played him like a fiddle. But why? Is Shizuno's every move a calculated performance? Or is there a sliver of truth to her games? Souta tries to push Shizuno away, a surge of anger and embarrassment making him pull back. But she clings to him, her body pressing against his, calling him kind, telling him not to sulk. He declares he'll never believe her again, his voice raw with frustration. She's too unpredictable, too manipulative. Shizuno leans on him, her head resting on his shoulder, a soft sigh escaping her lips. She doesn't want to go home, she murmurs. Then, she starts smelling him, her nose nuzzling into his shirt, calling his scent Satanium. Souta is utterly flustered, his mind reeling from the whiplash of emotions, from anger to confusion to a strange, unwelcome warmth. Shizuno prepares to leave on a bus, her playful energy returning. Brave Sataken will show up next time too, she says, her eyes sparkling, a mischievous grin on her face. She looks forward to their next date, she declares, leaving Souta to wonder if this month, this bizarre contest, will be even tougher than he expected. It's a challenge he never asked for, but one he seems unable to escape. But the surprises don't end there. The very next day, Shizuno unexpectedly appears at Souta's house. His family isn't home, she notes, her gaze sweeping over the quiet residence. She even comments on his bedhead, as if they're old friends, as if this isn't a completely shocking, inappropriate intrusion. Souta tries desperately to prevent her from entering, asking why she's there, his voice a mix of exasperation and panic. She replies, with disarming simplicity, that she just wanted to see him. He tries to push her out, but she's happy, genuinely happy, that he praised her, which he vehemently denies. She's impossible, a force of nature he can't control. Mizushima, ever the tease, leans in close, her breath ghosting across his lips. She teases Souta about kissing him, calling it a continuation of earlier, a callback to their near-kiss moment. But then, she pulls back, a playful smile on her face. Seeing his adorable face is enough for her, she declares, leaving Souta flustered, his heart pounding in his chest. She knows exactly how to play him. The next day at lunchtime, Souta's friend Kinoki notes he looks utterly drained, his usual quiet demeanor replaced by a palpable exhaustion. He asks if Souta's okay, his concern genuine. Souta, however, is lost in thought, reflecting on the previous day's bewildering events, the constant emotional roller coaster that is Shizuno Mizushima. Souta tells Kusunoki he has library duty and will skip lunch, a convenient excuse to escape the social pressures of the cafeteria. He feels a strange anxiety about it, a sense of dread. He wishes he could just go home, escape this entire situation, disappear from the world of pretty girls and manipulative models. He recalls how his ex-girlfriend, Aina-chan, used to volunteer for library committee specifically to be with him. The memory is a pang of guilt, a sharp reminder of his past happiness and his current, confusing entanglement with Mizushima. He feels like he's betraying Aina, even though she was the one who left him. He approaches Aina in the library, the air thick with unspoken words. They exchange an awkward greeting, their voices hushed, before settling into an uncomfortable silence. 30 minutes. He has to sit in silence with his ex-girlfriend for 30 minutes. It feels like some kind of new torture. The chapter title page appears, a haunting image of Aina-chan in a nightgown, confirming she is still the one on Souta's mind, the lingering ghost of his first love. How can Souta move on when the ghost of his past and the shocking reality of his present keep colliding? In a flashback, sweet and painful, Aina gives Souta a bracelet for their 3-month anniversary. He's surprised, genuinely happy, his heart swelling with affection. She asks him to wear it, which he does, carefully securing it around his wrist. Then, it's his turn. Souta gives Aina his own 3-month anniversary gift, a small, wrapped box. Aina opens Souta's gift, her eyes widening in delight. It's a dog leash. I love the design, she exclaims, her enthusiasm infectious. But then, in a moment of adorable confusion, she mistakenly puts the dog collar around her own neck, thinking it's a necklace. Does it look good on me? She asks, her eyes sparkling. Souta, flustered but unable to deny her, tells her it suits her, the words catching in his throat. The next morning, Aina greets Souta at school, still wearing the dog collar, her face beaming. She has totally fallen in love with it, she says, finding comfort in its presence, claiming it makes her feel calm. She tells him that wearing the collar makes her feel connected to him, even when they're apart. Souta, awkward and embarrassed, tries to gently explain that it's a dog collar, not exactly ideal for school. The innocent sweetness of her devotion, even if misguided, tugs at his heart. Souta narrates that Aina eventually stopped wearing the collar to school after learning the truth, but she still treasured it, a silent symbol of their bond. He, in turn, continued to wear the bracelet she gave him, a tangible link to a love he thought would last forever. Back in the present, the silence with Aina in the library is unbearably awkward. Souta, desperate to break it, utters a nonsensical word, Oyurigio-han, a desperate attempt at conversation. Aina gives him a confused look, and he apologizes, thinking about how easily they used to talk just a week ago. How quickly everything can change. He thinks Aina looked at him, a flicker of emotion in her eyes. He tries to speak to her again, but she cuts him off, asking if there's something on his face. He shakes his head, then, with a surge of courage, shows her the bracelet she gave him. He still has it. He explains he couldn't bring himself to throw it away. It's a confession in itself. I still really did like Aina-chan now, Souta confesses, the words raw, honest, spilling out from his broken heart. Aina covers her face, her shoulders shaking, and Souta, confused, asks what's wrong. Is she crying? Is she upset? He doesn't understand. Just then, Mizushima enters the library, her presence instantly filling the quiet space. She finds Souta and Aina, her gaze sharp, assessing. Suta's heart leaps into his throat, worry washing over him. He can't let her discover his situation with Aina, not now, not after everything. Mizushima, ever the actress, realizes Aina is the library representative. She claims she was looking for her for lunch. Then, with an unsettling ease, affectionately pats Aina's head, calling her cute. The casual intimacy is a punch to Suta's gut. Mizushima insists Aina come to lunch, dismissing her library duties with a wave of her hand. Aina, hesitant but unable to refuse, reluctantly leaves with her, while Souta watches, a helpless bystander. Mizushima looks back at him, an intense expression in her eyes as she leaves, a silent challenge in her gaze. Souta reflects on Mizushima's acting skills, the way she effortlessly manipulates those around her, and decides to eat lunch alone, the silence a stark contrast to the chaos of his emotional life. Is Shizuno truly interested in Souta, or is Aina still the true target of her affections? What dark game is being played here? Later, as Souta leaves school, declining a friend's invitation to hang out, Mizushima intercepts him, her presence as sudden and unavoidable as fate. She demands an after-school date, her tone non-negotiable. Souta protests, reminding her that their dates are for weekends only, a desperate attempt to maintain some semblance of control over his life. Suddenly, the scene shifts. Souta, Mizushima, and Aina are in Chinatown. The vibrant colors and bustling energy is stark contrast to the emotional tension simmering between them. Mizushima is excited, her eyes bright. It's been a while since she came here, she says. Aina, ever the local, notes that real residents don't go to tourist spots. The subtle jab is not lost on Souta. They decide to grab something to eat, a forced normalcy cloaking the awkwardness. The chapter title page flashes, a close-up of Mizushima, her smile provocative, almost predatory, a silent warning of what's to come. At a food stall, Mizushima points out a huge Taiwanese fried chicken she saw on Instagram, her enthusiasm infectious. Souta questions if she can possibly finish it, but she just grins, implying it's for two. That's why it's good to have a boyfriend, she says, her gaze sweeping over him. A claim, a challenge, a subtle taunt for Aina. Mizushima happily devours the huge fried chicken, her appetite as boundless as her confidence. Souta, meanwhile, internally muses that telling a girl she'll get fat is illegal, a desperate attempt at humor to defuse the tension. They decide to check out other shops, trying to regain some semblance of a normal date. As they wander, Souta and Mizushima encounter a girl in a cheongsam. She recognizes Souta, her eyes lighting up. You used to come to her place a lot, she says, her words a casual bombshell. Mizushima's head snaps towards Souta, her eyes narrowing. Who is she? She demands, her voice laced with suspicion. Souta, utterly bewildered, doesn't remember her. The girl in cheongsam is revealed to be Suchi from Saninkaku, a Chinese restaurant. She explains her family's restaurant runs a Taiwanese food stall, and she's selling pepper buns. She calls Souta a storehouse fox, an inside joke from his past visits. Suchi offers Soma and Mizushima special service, but Mizushima, clearly annoyed, decides they should leave. She's sulking, her previous cheerfulness gone, because Souta didn't notice Suchi until she spoke. The possessiveness is clear. 20 minutes later, Mizushima reappears, transformed. She's wearing a stunning cheongsam, the intricate fabric clinging to her curves. "And how?" she greets Souta, her voice playful, as she asks what he thinks of the dress, declaring it suits her perfectly. Souta stares, once again speechless, caught in her dazzling unpredictability. Mizushima explains she rented the cheongsam. "It's a bit tight around the chest," she admits, a casual observation that makes Souta's face flush. When he asks if she's cold in the revealing dress, she simply states, "Fashion means enduring a little," then declares they should continue their date, her spirit undiminished. What kind of future can Souta have with a girl who's so beautiful, so manipulative, and so utterly unpredictable? And what dark secrets does the future hold for them? Souta, trying to regain some control, suggests they move to a less crowded alley to avoid being seen by schoolmates or Mizushima's ever-present fans. Mizushima agrees, perhaps sensing his discomfort, or perhaps just enjoying the thrill of secrecy. In a quieter alley, Souta tries to sit on a chair outside a fortune-telling shop, seeking a moment of respite. But a woman from the shop quickly tells him he can't sit there. Then, with a sudden shift, she suggests they get their fortune told, proclaiming it's fate they met. Another strange encounter, another twist in their bizarre date. They look at the expensive fortune-telling prices, Souta hesitating due to his lack of cash. But Mizushima, ever extravagant, says she'll pay. She asks for a compatibility reading for her and Souta, her eyes sparkling with mischievous anticipation. The fortune teller asks for their names and birth dates. She studies their palms, her expression grave. Their compatibility, she announces, is quite good if they are friends or family. But as lovers? It's not good. A chill runs down Souta's spine. The fortune teller declares Soma and Mizushima's compatibility as lovers is the worst. They should break up immediately, she advises, adding, with a knowing look at Souta, that there's a much better girl for him. Mizushima, surprisingly, walks away, laughing, her reaction unsettlingly calm. But she returns, her expression hardening. She asks for another compatibility reading, this time just for herself. She pays, writes her name and birth date, her determination unwavering. The fortune teller tells Mizushima her compatibility as lovers is not great, and breaking up might be best. Souta notes this is the 7th place they've tried. Mizushima, give up, he pleads, exasperated. Mizushima, undeterred, asks the fortune teller to give them the correct fortune result one more time, interrupting the fortune teller who tries to say their compatibility is terrible. The air crackles with tension. Mizushima reveals she's a minor social media celebrity and could promote the fortune teller's place if the reading results are good. Souta tries to stop her, calling it a bribe, mortified by her blatant manipulation. But Mizushima persists, her gaze fixed on the fortune teller, asking one last time about her compatibility with Souta. The fortune teller, under pressure, hesitates. Then, with a resigned sigh, she tells Mizushima to stay strong, implying the compatibility is still, unequivocally, bad. Even with a bribe, fate cannot be swayed. Or can it? Is fate truly set in stone? Or can Shizuno's relentless pursuit, fueled by an undeniable attraction, defy even destiny itself? The scene shifts, a new chapter beginning. A title page introduces Kamamiji Academy and its student welcome sports festival, contrasting the yang of sports with the yin of other, unspoken aspects of school life. A new setting, but the same underlying tensions. Souta is playing basketball with friends, a rare moment of normalcy. One friend asks if he's doing a part-time job, saying he thought he saw Souta at the station plaza last Saturday. Souta's heart leaps into his throat, a sudden wave of panic. He gets hit by the ball, apologizing, his mind racing. His friend clarifies, he saw Souta at the station plaza last Saturday evening and just figured it was a part-time job. Souta is relieved, narrowly escaping exposure. The friend then teases Souta about being on a date with Satorori-san. Mizushima, it seems, has already begun blurring the lines of his life. Mizushima and Satorori-san are seen together, practicing for a match, a vision of athletic grace. Souta's friends comment that Mizushima is from the advanced class, the most popular girl in school. Souta's internal monologue is a frantic warning. His life would be over if people found out he was dating Mizushima. The secrecy is paramount. Two girls are admired for their beauty in the gym, their presence a quiet background hum. Souta and Sakuhara are tasked with moving equipment to the gym storage. But Souta realizes the volleyball basket is missing. A small detail, but one that will soon set off a chain of events. As Souta stands in the now empty gym storage, Mizushima approaches him, her voice a soft murmur. "We no longer need to pretend to be strangers," she remarks, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Their agreement to avoid contact at school, their carefully constructed facade, seems to mean nothing to her. Mizushima teases Souta about their daily after-school dates being part of a contest, her words playful but with an undercurrent of something more. Souta expresses his frustration, exasperated by her constant ambushes despite his desperate attempts to avoid her. He feels like a mouse caught in a beautiful, glittering trap. She continues to tease him about their secret after-school meetings, acknowledging the need for secrecy from classmates like Aina-chan. But there's a new note in her voice, a growing desire for more, a hint that she's tired of the charade, tired of hiding. Mizushima, a mischievous smile playing on her lips, tells a confused Souta that she thought I'd let off a little steam. Then, she shushes him, her finger pressed to his lips, a thrilling, dangerous intimacy in her gesture. Souta tries the door. It's locked. He realizes they are locked in the gym storage room and immediately accuses Mizushima of doing it on purpose. She denies it with a sly smile, her eyes sparkling. "Just the two of us now." "Huh," she murmurs, her words sending a wave of distress through Souta. This is exactly what he wanted to avoid. He attempts to call for help, but Mizushima stops him, her voice low and serious. Being found together in the locked gym storage room, she warns, could lead to damaging rumors about her being with a shady guy like him. It's a threat, a manipulation, and Souta, trapped, reluctantly agrees to her terms. He has no choice. Mizushima declares it's hot, her gaze locked on his. Then, to Souta's utter shock, she begins to take off her jersey. He's flustered, his face flushing crimson, utterly bewildered by her lack of embarrassment, her audacious confidence. "You can look at me now that I'm undressing complete," she teases, her words a challenge, a dare. Mizushima reveals she was wearing a cheerleading uniform under her jersey, a vibrant, revealing outfit that surprises Souta even further. It's almost as revealing as underwear, he notes, his mind racing. He suspects, with a growing sense of dread, that she did this on purpose, every single move calculated. She explains she borrowed the cheerleading uniform for a game. Then, she outlines the rules. Souta must find a way to escape the gym equipment room within 5 minutes to clear it. A game. Everything is a game to her. Mizushima clarifies the game's stakes, her voice a seductive purr. If he fails to escape, she threatens, she will attack him. She assures him the escape is doable within 5 minutes, a challenge wrapped in a promise. Souta, trapped and bewildered, reluctantly agrees to play. He has to. He has no other option. The game begins. Mizushima cheers loudly for him, her voice echoing in the confined space, a strange, unsettling soundtrack to his panic. Souta tries to focus on finding an escape route, his eyes scanning the room. The main door is the only way out, he realizes, and the barred windows are impassable. He's truly trapped. Time ticks by, seconds stretching into an eternity. As Mizushima prepares to attack Souta, the 5 minutes up, a triumphant, predatory glint in her eyes, a voice from outside the storage room suddenly calls out. "Shizuno-chan, are you in there?" The unexpected interruption surprises both of them, a sudden reprieve, a cliffhanger in a game Souta never wanted to play. What will happen now? Has fate intervened, or is this just another twist in Shizuno's elaborate, dangerous game? The door is still locked, and they are still alone. For now.